Now, finally, just in case you had thought that we had forgotten all about Valentine's Day, we're going to look at it now. As romance is being celebrated worldwide with flowers and chocolates, our reporter Cian McCormick set out to investigate the real science behind love.
Love is real. Real is love.
Joe and Lucy Lane are still in love after 50 years. They met rehearsing for The Merry Widow with the Rathmines and Rathgar Musical Society in Dublin in 1961 and were married the following year.
We met in rehearsal and had, as I often felt since, a rather public business of falling in love on stage, and by the end of that, I think you could safely say we were an item.
Unselfishness, I think, is one of the great key factors in making any relationship work. And I think the love factor grows and grows. It has a peculiar way of growing over all of the years. You may not know it in the beginning, but that's what happens, and that's what keeps things going and keeps people together.
And don't forget, I'm also just a girl, standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Love has been immortalised in popular culture, but what exactly is it?
Love is the experience of being together with a person, enjoying them enjoying you, living through good times, bad times. Love has been full of surprise and waking up to every new day.
Love for you?
And bringing that love that you have for each other and bringing it into the world to spread it out to other people as much as you can as well. That'd be important.
Today, as lovers try to quantify their emotions through Valentine's gifts, science says that attraction is an important element, and how we perceive beauty can make love happen at first sight.
Even in the first less than a second, you can make evaluative judgments based on how somebody looks. That have long-term effects. It all depends on their visual characteristics, their auditory characteristics, how their voice sounds, for example. That activates regions of the brain that we know are implicated in pleasure, etc., or are implicated in reward value, if you like.
So this is the Strogatz 88 model, and in it there are two protagonists, Romeo and Juliet.
Last year, scientists in Holland developed a mathematical model to show that couples can actively promote stability in relationships. But Professor James Gleeson at the Department of Mathematics and Statistics at the University of Limerick says putting love into numbers is a difficult thing to do.
The modelling of love is really not at the stage where we can say we have a coherent mathematical model for it yet. It's a very, very complicated thing to do. So part of our work here in MAXI is looking at complex systems, and that's what my research group looks at. We look at things like online social networks, and we look at how things move through those social networks, like how rumours spread, how people copy each other's behaviours in terms of using hashtags. And that's a complicated process already. The one advantage we have there is that there's lots of data available now. So we get a lot of data from Twitter on how people behave, how much they copy hashtags that they've seen come from other people, and so on. Love is a whole little different kettle of fish.
Science may have some of the answers to what love is, but for Joe and Lucy Lane, love has many parts.
The first great glow of romance is wonderful, but it gets better sometimes as life goes on and it deepens. If there are bumps and hollows, you just get over it.